You know, as men, we tend to know what it feels like to be repeatedly kicked in the nuts. Even if you were a woman, you would know, because you would oftentimes be either doing the kicking or reacting to such videos online. So you kind of get the gist of what it's like to be repeatedly kicked in the nuts. That's how I felt all week this week during work, but that's a different story for a different time. But another time I felt like I was being repeatedly kicked in the nuts was when I saw one singular tweet on my Twitter account, Edge0626YT. If you haven't followed me there, by all means go do so. I'm trying to be a little bit more active there. I've been a little less active over the course of the last month or so because I've been busy, but please do follow me for all updates on gaming content and such. But either way, I saw this tweet and it really it didn't even piss me off. It just disappointed me. That's all it is when it comes to being a Star Wars game fan. You just become disappointed constantly over time. So here's the tweet from the official EA Star Wars account, and I quote, "We won't be showing any new Star Wars games at EA Play Live on July 22nd, but all of us look forward to celebrating with you next year when we share our vision for a galaxy far, far away." So, obviously, I'm incredibly disappointed. I haven't really been able to play a good Star Wars game in quite some time. I mean, think about it like this. Over the course of the last 5 or 6 years, I think at this point, we've had, and I know game development takes a while, but we've had 4 Star Wars games released from one of the largest gaming publishers and companies in the world. Battlefront, Battlefront 2, Jedi Fallen Order, and Squadrons. Now, I actually do have Squadrons. I haven't had the chance to play it yet, but I will hopefully bring more content to that in the future. But hell, even and all those games are no longer even supported by any sort of live service or have had any updates whatsoever. I mean, I think Squadrons had like an 8-month life cycle or so, and they stopped supporting the game entirely after a couple of updates. So I don't even know what the servers are like there. I don't even know if it's worth even playing that game multiplayer. I guess I waited too long to play the game, and I wish they would have gone out of their way to support it a little bit more. Battlefront 2 is a laggy mess. Battlefront 1 has no fucking servers on it, and Jedi Fallen Order, I heard the story's great. I love the story. I heard from what I've been hearing about it. But I'm just not interested in the game's mechanics, and I don't feel like the game's mechanics would be fun to play from my point of view. So I didn't bother to buy that game when it came out. And hell, even Lego Star Wars. I'm not even sure if EA is making that or not, but I'm sure they have something to do with it. Lego Star Wars isn't even coming out until later this year, I think, at this point. I'm not even sure when the fuck this game's going to get released because it got pushed back so many times. So that's another disappointment on my end, because I was really looking forward to the Skywalker Saga being released, and now I have to sit here and wait with like the rest of us. But it's annoying at this point, man, because I just want some good Star Wars gaming content. I really do. Like I said, how does one of the largest gaming companies release 4 Star Wars games over the course of how many years? They could have dedicated entire developers companies to games like this, and they chose to not do it. They had dice overly spread thin, and I think over time it cost them, because once Battlefield 2042 started development, or started really going into development, they stopped supporting Battlefront entirely to put all hands on deck, and there was so much more that they could have done with this game, man. That's one of the reasons I'm really disappointed if they actually release another Battlefront game. Yeah, there were some characters we would have liked to have seen, and maybe like 1 or 2 extra maps that we would have liked to have had in the game. But at this point, what in another Battlefront game that could possibly cover all eras, what could they possibly add? What could they possibly add that hasn't been seen already, other than like Mustafar, Utapau, Coruscant? That's about it, as far as I know. Like all the other iconic Star Wars planets are pretty much all in this game, and maybe like a couple of key characters could have been added too, but that's about it. Like, what are they going to do? Copy and paste this entire game and put it in the next game? That shit would be boring. Unless they're going to implement the original Battlefront 3's mechanics from, seamless ground to air. I cannot imagine what it would be like. I can't imagine it being any good. And even if EA doesn't even have the complete license anymore, because I think Ubisoft has a portion of the license now, so they're allowed to make Star Wars games. Who the fuck knows how long that's gonna take? Let's be honest with you here. Like I said, game development takes a while, so who knows how long Ubisoft has had something in the works. Who knows how long it's going to take for any game to be even released. I mean, it's taking Lego Star Wars this long to even be released because of, I guess, some issues that they had in development that they had to make sure that were polished, because God forbid this game becomes buggy on release. I will be really disappointed if that was the case. But yeah, man, I'm disappointed. I'm just overall disappointed by the handling of all of this, and to think that with all that being said, they don't even have any bit of news. Like, at EA Play, they're not even going to be represented. That's what bothers me the most. They have absolutely nothing to represent, to even be noteworthy, or even like any sort of newsworthy stuff. They have nothing for us, and that's what bothers me the most. That's the thing that ticks me off, where, again, one of the largest, probably the largest or second or third largest gaming company in the world, can't even produce any sort of buzz or news for an upcoming Star Wars game. That's what bothers me. And I'm sure a lot of people in the community that post these games are probably a little bit disappointed as well, because I'm sure they wanted to have something to look forward to in the next year or so. Because to be honest with you, I'm going to be straight up honest with you, man. Other games have not had my interest in such a long time. The only game up to this point, over the course of the last year or so, that has had any interest to me is Battlefield 2042. Because I've been hearing things about this for a long time, so I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is gonna be epic. Now that the trailer is released, that's the only game I care to look at. I mean, Call of Duty hasn't felt remotely good to me in quite some time, and even then, it was still a little rough. There's just not a lot of games out there that I'm looking forward to. So I was hoping Star Wars and EA Star Wars can kind of put something together, or at least give us some sort of teaser to get us excited. I haven't been excited about a game in so long since Ghost of Tsushima. That's how fucking long it's been for me, man. It's been tough. It's been tough. But anyway, that kind of wraps up my rant. I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments section. I would like to know how disappointed you are. So please express that to me, and we'll have a little bit of a conversation in the comments. As far as me goes, you can follow me on all the social media stuff you see down in the description below, including Twitter. Twitch is starting to get ramped back up again, so I hope you check that out. And then, of course, you can always check out my podcast, along with my friend Eric, 69 Whiskey, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Peace out. Take care of yourselves, and of course, take care of each other. Later.